Well, the media is in disarray, trying to come to terms with Trump's second term. But as that's happening, new names are emerging in Washington for key positions that could change D.C. in ways we could hardly imagine. I'm Ben Swan. This is Truth in Media. Well, in just 1 week, the narrative has completely shifted. Last week, major media outlets were sounding the alarm about the so-called disaster of a Trump presidency. Well, now they're freaking out as they desperately try to influence the incoming administration. Have you seen this? The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Trump's team is drafting a peace plan that includes a few notable points: suspending Ukraine's NATO ambitions for 20 years, creating a demilitarized zone along the current front line, and continuing U.S. arms supplies in exchange. Now, here's the thing. Who exactly has the Wall Street Journal been talking to? They released this story less than 24 hours after the election results came in. It's not like they even know who's going to be in Trump's cabinet. Even better, are we really supposed to believe that Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. and Trump's transition team are considering continuing to send arms to Ukraine? No way. This story is fake. But this headline, well, it tells you everything that you need to know about the new battle being waged by the deep state. You see, they're planting these stories, hoping to corner politicians into a position that they can control. It's what they did during Trump's first administration, and they're trying to do it again. This is a game of influence, with the neocons trying to hang on to whatever little power they have left.
Now, President Trump's going to secure our southern border. We will bring peace back to the world. We will take down the ring of fire. We will support our friends in Israel, but he's going to need help to do that.
And then there's that guy, Mike Pompeo. That's someone that Trump might actually bring back into the fold. Pompeo, the former Secretary of State and CIA director, is reportedly in the running for Secretary of Defense in Trump's next administration. But this news is not sitting well with some libertarians who backed Trump during the election, and they're already voicing their concerns. People like Congressman Ron Paul and Daniel McAdams. You see, now more than ever, it is on us to hold this administration accountable. Trump was elected as an agent of change, and now, who's going to help him bring that change? Mike Pompeo? Do you really think he represents change? Not exactly. He is a neocon who loves foreign military intervention. Remember, this is the man who openly called for the murder of Julian Assange by the U.S. government. He does not need to have any power anywhere. But it's also other names that we are hearing that could keep those darker influences at bay. Last week, we mentioned former Congressman Ron Paul might be in the mix. Ron Paul could be, and he's being teased, as part of the Department of Government Efficiency if and when it's created, or DOGE, as it's being called. And then there's Thomas Massie, the Kentucky congressman rumored to be tapped for Agriculture Secretary. Despite a rocky past with Trump, Massie says he is ready and willing to help push for change in the farming industry, especially for healthy food and for American farmers. Listen.
The farm has taught me how to be more patient, and that's the greatest resource I think you have to have in Washington, D.C.
Thomas Massie has got an off-grid farm where he raises chickens and he practices homesteading. He's also a big advocate for raw milk, advocating for policies that focus on local, sustainable farming over industrial agriculture. These initiatives aimed at the people. As the cabinet decisions unfold, let's keep in mind the promises Trump made during the campaign. Big promises. And now it's time for his team to assemble a team that will deliver.
My new term in office, I will sign an executive order making clear to federal agencies that under the correct interpretation of the law, going forward, the future children of illegal aliens will not receive automatic U.S. citizenship.
All right, let's talk about Donald Trump now focusing on issues at the border. He now says he will do away with the concept of automatic birthright citizenship in the United States once he's in office. That means the children of parents who are not U.S. citizens could be stripped of that citizenship as soon as they're born on American soil. This move will be wildly controversial. Not sure he'll be able to get it through Congress, not sure if it's even legal, and no doubt the U.S. Supreme Court will weigh in at some point. But Trump says he is planning to do it.
3 years from now, the United States will celebrate the biggest and most important milestone in our country's history, 250 years of American independence.
And Trump also says that he is bringing back the World's Fair, kind of. He calls it the Great American Fair. Now, if you've ever heard of the iconic 1939 New York World's Fair or the Chicago World's Fair back in 1893, then you know these were massive events, especially for the time. They weren't just about showing off cool stuff, though. They were about vision. Vision for the future, technology, what humanity could achieve if it really sets its mind to it. And Trump says we're now about to see a new chapter of that. And that is our show. You can catch all our latest coverage on the race. Check us out on X at @truth_media. And you can watch all of our full episodes right now at truthandmedia.com.